Hey guys, welcome to Gold Reviews. This is where I'll be reviewing older albums that are very influential and good. And I'm going to review D'Angelo and the Vanguard Black Messiah. D'Angelo bursted onto the R&B scene with his 1995 album Brown Sugar. This was hugely supported by the R&B community, and it's the same with his 2000 record Voodoo. After this, it seemed like D'Angelo had stopped recording other than a few guest verses here and there. But on the 14th of December 2014, D'Angelo released his lead single, Sugah Daddy. And then the next day on the 15th, he released Black Messiah. The album starts off with the extremely funky Ain't That Easy. This song is about expectation the media puts on us and how they force opinions, and that one thing is right and that one thing's wrong, and that we are all turning into followers. But in this song, D'Angelo basically says, "Fuck that! I'm going in my own way. I'm going my own route. I'm going with how I feel." It's a great song, great instrumental, and I just love it. It's a great way to start the album. The song 1000 Depths is a great song which opens up with two long vocal samples by new Black Panther Party chairman Khalid Abdul-Muhammad, where he talks about Jesus Christ and that the white man has a God complex. The second sample is Fred Hampton, a black activist and a deputy chairman of the National Black Panther Party. He talks about freedom and equality between the white man and the black man. The instrumental to the song is very strange but funky. From the very intense bass line to the loud booming drums to the broken vocals and the lead guitars, it's just a very creative song. The song Charade is one of the most powerful songs on the album, as he talks about how black people are getting ignored by the media or by people in general who degrade them. This is shown through lyrics like "All we wanted was a chance to talk, instead we get outlined by chalk." This is one of the most politically charged songs on the album, but it still contains that groovy feel. Sugah Daddy is the fourth track on the album and the lead single to this album. The track is heavily Prince inspired from the delivery and even the aspects of the instrumentals, but I still love it. It's really funky, and you can't help but just do a head nod or do the two-step. Really Love is definitely my favourite song on the album. On this track, he croons over a girl who's been with him from the start, and this song is just perfect. I love the little instrumental at the start with the Spanish guitar. It sounds like the start of an old Spanish movie, and then smoothly transitions into the slow and smooth instrumental, which still contains the Spanish guitar. This track is so smooth, and D'Angelo's falsetto delivery matches it perfectly. The chorus of this track, oh my god, it's so beautiful. The "do I'm really in love with you." Oh god. Probably lost all credibility from that. But anyways, the song is very catchy and beautiful. The sixth track in the album, Back to the Future Part 1, D'Angelo says that he wants everything to go back to the way it was before, either when he was famous during 1995 and 2000, or before he was famous and not all attention was on him. In this song, he explains why he went on that 14-year hiatus. He says that he had some personal issues and that he was struggling with fame. He's also worried that he'll never make as high quality music as he did back in the day. He then goes on to say, "If you're wondering about the shape I'm in, I hope it ain't my abdomen that you're referring to." He uses self-awareness as back in the day he was a sex symbol. During his hiatus, the media was saying that he was out of shape. He's probably worried that people are more concerned about his shape than his music. It's still a great track and a great instrumental. The song Till It's Done, Tutu, has one of my favourite instrumentals on the record. The song has some beautiful guitar melodies and the classic R&B drums are just amazing, and his voice is just great. The song Prayer, as it's one of the weaker tracks on the album, it's still enjoyable because of the groovy instrumental, and I still wouldn't skip it if I had the album playing. In Betray My Heart, he talks about loving himself and that he will always be there for himself. Although throughout the verses he frames it that he's talking about someone else, but he comes full circle on the chorus where he says, "I will never betray my heart." In the song The Door, D'Angelo sends a message to a woman saying that if she messes around or cheats with any other man, that you show her the door. He also says, "Don't lock yourself out that door," which means that only her action can make her walk out. The penultimate track, Back to the Future 2, is the same as the track Prayer, where he doesn't have much to say, but the instrumental really carries it. The production is very creative, as the lead guitar sounds like it's warped backwards. The album ends as it starts, very strong, with Another Life as the closer. He talks about loving someone who doesn't love you back, so it's basically the friend zone. Overall, this is an extremely strong comeback album. His voice compared to his earlier work is more nasally instead of the smooth old school R&B sort of voice. His voice now has a little roughness and grit to it, which I love. The production on this album is amazing with the help from James Gadson, Pino Palladino, and Questlove. He switches up the content from back in the day where he was known as the sex symbol, and his older albums had a much more sexier tone to it. He talks about political topics like on the songs 1000 Deaths and the Charade. This album is beautifully made and is one of my favourite albums of the decade. And that's it, the end of the first gold review. I really enjoy listening to this album, it's really great. Keen to do more gold reviews, maybe once a month or once a fortnight. I'm keen to learn about new music and older music, and that's it. See ya.